After weeks of speculation, De Ligt is now a Juventus player. 75 million euros they paid for him. This, of course, a 19-year-old who's already captained his club to the league and cup double, the youngest Ajax player to play 100 times for the club, 17 caps for the Dutch, the first defender to win the Golden Boy Award, and he scored in the Champions League semi-final. I suppose, Matteo, when you take a look at this and this signing, does he automatically start for Juve?
He has to, with all the money they're spending, and he's proven he can get it done and defend against the best teams in the world. He did it in the Champions League, and he's coming in with the reputation already of being possibly the best center back in Europe and a defender and a pillar for Juventus for the next 15 years, given his age. I think he starts alongside Giorgio Chiellini. Chiellini's had injury problems. Right. If not, it would be Bonucci, but De Ligt has to be put in the starting 11 right away. That's why they're bringing him in already. He's ready to play in Serie A and in the Champions League.
You agree, Steve? He's straight in there?
Absolutely, no question. He's already the best defender they've got.
Really?
Aye, absolutely. 75 million is a snip when you think of some of the money that's been banded around for other defenders. So, absolutely, no question. Great signing, starts, no danger.
I have no problem with his signing. I have my reservations about De Ligt, as I've said time and time again. I have no problem with him starting for Juventus, particularly now, early on in the season, in the group stages of the Champions League, and alongside either Chiellini or Bonucci is the right place for him to be. But again, I still think he's a long way from the complete article, but this is as good a start as you can get.
Robert, he starts for you?
Absolutely, and alongside Giorgio Chiellini, and you know the athleticism of De Ligt, he's good in the air, he can come out with the ball as well, and Chiellini's got that understanding. He'll make him a much better player if Shaka thinks he's not the finished article just yet, which he probably isn't, but he's going to be a great player.
How big is this for Serie A overall, considering this is a player who was hunted by PSG and Barcelona?
I think it's a statement from Juventus that 2 years in a row, they can go out and get the biggest player of the summer. They went out and got Cristiano Ronaldo last season. They changed their logo, and they want to prove they can outspend anybody. And they're doing it once again with De Ligt, who was linked to Paris Saint-Germain and all the money they've been banding around. Barcelona, one of the biggest clubs in the world, and then Premier League interest as well. And the fact that he chose Juventus, I think that is a massive statement. And guess what? You're going to start now kind of being a great advertisement for the league, and all the top players that are growing up in other leagues are going to say, that's where I want to go, with Cristiano Ronaldo, with De Ligt. I think this is brilliant.
Thanks, Matteo. You ruined my intro to this bit, but we'll do it anyway. It's the second season in a row in which Juve have signed the player that eliminated them from the Champions League. Cristiano Ronaldo, of course, when he played for Real Madrid. De Ligt at his time at Ajax. You take a look at the odds, though. I was surprised that Juve are still 10-1 to win the Champions League.
It's great odds.
You would have a bet on that?
Absolutely. Should be a lot better.
Why?
I think they have to be top three now with the style that they're going to play now under Sarri, the fact that they've improved the midfield. They're going to have a better attack because players are finally going to be in the right position and getting more of a chance. Players like Costa and Dybala, who were way underwhelming last season under Allegri, and now the best defense in Europe. This has to be considered, again, one of the top sides in the Champions League. I think this is the better side than Juve that we saw go to the Champions League final twice in the last 5 years.
Who are they better than?
I think you have to put them at the top alongside Liverpool, Barcelona, Manchester City. I don't think there's any team that is significantly better than them. Would I say that they're favorites against the top sides in Europe? No, but it's an even match, certainly.
No, it's not. Not an even match. Not at all. Manchester City, Liverpool, Barcelona, absolutely are ahead of Juventus. You know, they've done nothing. They've done nothing in the last 2 seasons to suggest that they're better than the teams we've just spoken about on the field of play. We can go on about, yes, they've signed Ronaldo, and we can say that, yes, they've gone and signed one of the most sought-after defenders in world football. That doesn't make them better than the teams we've just spoken about, though.
Yeah, but Barcelona, City, I mean, these teams, it's not like they were going to the Champions League final. They also lost in the Champions League. The method we're looking at is the Champions League, aren't we?
This defence that you're talking about, the only change is De Ligt from last year, and in the big games, they didn't defend well at all. So I'm not so sure that they're one of the best defensive teams in Europe.
What was that against Ajax? And Ajax proven that they could take down all the other big boys as well. I mean, they nearly went to the Champions League final had it not been for a last-second goal. So it's not like there's any shame in losing to Ajax.
No, there's not. But I think the worrying thing would be that you got completely outplayed both legs. That would be the worry.
And that's why they changed manager. They're changing styles as well.
But you've changed enough. You've changed the manager. You've definitely signed a great defender. But Aaron Ramsey and Rabiot are going to make the difference. I don't see how Aaron Ramsey and Rabiot make that big a difference to Juventus in the Champions League.
Well, if Ramsey stays healthy and Rabiot, another young player that, again, to me, he's a dynamic player. Covered a lot of him at PSG. I think that was actually a terrific signing. That now he's actually underrated because of all the other big stars he played with at PSG. But to me, this Juventus side, it's almost like they can now go in sixth gear with Sarri, where the world-class players they have up front, Costa, who I think has the potential to be world-class, Dybala, who I think is world-class, and we've all forgotten it now because it wasn't a fit in Allegri's formation.
Because he hasn't shown us it.
He did show us in his first season with Juventus. He scored over 25 goals. 3 years ago.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
so he's done nothing for
But there's
since
some
then.
players, Stevie, and you know this better than anyone. There's some players that don't work with certain managers and certain styles. With Allegri, he was basically playing too far deep. He was against the touchline. Dybala's a striker. He was that at Palermo. This is the kind of player under the right manager that, to me, is one of the best players in the world.
Do you know, I would definitely agree with you that there's a possibility with the way Sarri plays that this Juventus team could be. But that's the problem. We're talking about could be. So that's why, another reason why I'm saying, it's far too early to try and put this team with or above your City, your Barcelona, your Liverpool.
I'm not putting them above, but they have to be top 5. I think top 5 is very fair. They
were top 3 a moment ago.
Yeah, but I'm saying for his part, from his position, I want to know 5 teams that you think are better than Juventus. I'm putting them top 3.
I never said there was 5 teams better than them. I'm saying they're not yet at the level of the 3 teams that we just spoke about.
For more, sign up now for ESPN Plus.